statue. That dude is facing out east, which is the direction people were migrating from when the economy was in a slow rush. So everyone was migrating west so they could gain more money and more jobs. Now, in her recent work, my aunt was running process on a company called Medicaid. And Medicaid is an insurance company that basically provides insurance all across the country. And during my shadowing, I worked with her on this to see basically how money was being spent improperly towards Medicaid. And like I said, we run on $4.2 billion a year, the entire state. And what my aunt is trying to work on, which is what she's been working on for the past 17 years and is finally about to be done with it, is that Medicaid is getting money improperly by $1 billion. Now, with that $1 billion, like I said, we could do so much more things. And I was basically, during my shadowing, collecting data samples for my aunt, and she would analyze them and find out how the money was being spent improperly. And she plans to run again for office for the 2016 and 2020 term and publish this plan, in which could be gaining North Carolina $1 billion to be one of the biggest things in the history of the entire state. By the way, she's the first female state auditor that North Carolina has ever had too. Now, for my reflection, it was kind of hard to decide what to do, as I'm not entirely sure what I want to be when I grow up, because I just don't know where I actually apply. But I did decide that since I love my aunt and I love Raleigh, why not go to Raleigh and do my project on that? Now, senioritis, very degrading to the mental process, very degrading to the motivation, the drive. How did I overcome that? I did not. Connections between my project and research. That was very hard to understand, because doing the research paper, there's so much formal statistical data, which is very, very hard to understand. And when my aunt was explaining her process to me, it was actually quite simple. So the way I overcame that is having her explain to me all the aspects of my research paper, and that helped out a lot, because government formal talk is insane. And getting through the shadowing was also a slight bit of a pain, because collecting data for 8 hours straight, basically doing the same thing, having her review it and come up with ways to determine how much money was being spent improperly, not the fun time. 8 hours. Now, for my successes, I call driving through the Capitol a success, because to get from my house to the Capitol, 2 hours. To get out of the Capitol by itself, 1 hour. It took me 3 hours to get home. There's one-way streets and the traffic is just horrible. Now, I gained a lot of knowledge on this project, and I understood a lot of it after my aunt explained it to me, and I am very proud of learning all that I learned. So that's another one of my successes. And lastly, one of my successes is helping complete the Medicaid review, which I define as a success, because gaining $1 billion for the state of North Carolina, I find that to be a huge success. And in my reflection, what would I change? I really would not change anything. I am proud of my product, my research paper, and all